like I was almost entranced by that song. It had a really haunting quality.
It really did.
Right? Hi guys, this is Play It Again. I am Ginger.
And I am Mike, and on the YouTube homepage, I saw a new Anneke Van Giersbergen.
It's been a little while since we saw
has.
something from her, but we love her.
Yeah, she's got a great voice.
You know what I think is interesting? So, the last week or so, there seems to be a long-running theme in a bunch of the artists that we cover. We did Hailstorm, did Darkness Always Wins, and then we did a Daughtry, The Day That I Die, and now we have Anneke's song is
When I Die.
When I Die. I'm like, oh, these people...
Something in the zeitgeist.
I don't know.
Crazy, man.
Yeah. Let's bring optimism back, but in the meantime...
Let's bring Anneke back.
Yes, well, I mean, until she dies, apparently.
Yeah, all right, let's do it.
When I die, I will no longer wonder why
She has such a great voice.
I didn't know what I didn't know. When I die, I'll return to the sky. She'll take me home. I'll learn to fly. All the answers will be given to questions that once were hidden from my days in the land of the living, from my time as a passerby.
Oh, wow. That was great.
When I die, my body will stay behind, rapidly changing from flesh to dust. All this time I took care of and neglected it. I loved it and I rejected it. My vehicle in the land of the living, in my time as a passerby.
I love it when she reaches down like that.
Die, I will leave something behind. My body of work over the course of time. Perhaps a bundle of poems will remain. However, they'll evaporate all the same, disappearing from the land of the living after my time as a passerby. But here and
Sorry for the interruption, guys. The battery warning came up on our laptop and I noticed that the plug wasn't all the way in and I didn't want it to cut off in the middle of the song. Is it gone?
Yeah, you didn't fix anything, but
Oh.
I hit stop recording just before it died, so we have a good file.
Okay. Oh, I hate it when that happens. Technical difficulties. And this is one of the perils of not editing our videos, just doing them straight up raw recording. And sometimes you get a little blip.
It's all right. We got the whole video in.
Yeah, it took me out of it a little bit, unfortunately. But like I was almost entranced by that song. It had a really haunting quality.
It really did,
Right?
which I quite enjoyed.
You know what's funny? Okay, so that when she puts the multi-layer voices in, right? It reminded me a lot of that other song of hers about the hurricane. Is it?
Hurricane.
Oh, that's the name of the song.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it had the same kind of. It sounded like voices on wind.
Like
right?
this wild skirling of
Gales.
voices. Yeah,
Yeah, the sound that a gale makes when it's blowing through
for sure.
things, right? Like a house or hills or
Yeah.
yeah, it had the same kind of quality. It drags you in a little bit because it's a little bit off-putting, right? Like it makes you feel a little on edge. Which that song had a lot of tension.
It really did. It really did. It's funny. She talked about maybe some poems will be left behind, but even those will evaporate.
She's got a lot of poems.
After her time. And it just made me think of these like bros on X. Work on your legacy, man. You got to build your legacy. The only legacy that lasts at all is having children.
It's true.
And even they're half you, and then your grandchildren are like a quarter you, and like poof,
Yeah.
they're gone in generations. Maybe you're really famous, maybe you're Henry Ford, maybe whatever, but almost nobody will be remembered 200 years after they're gone anyway.
Yeah.
Almost
it's true,
nobody.
unfortunately. Oh,
So
we're bringing pessimism in.
Well, I'm just thinking, it's kind of the greater wisdom to realize that unless you're like 1 in a billion people, 1 in 100 million people, whatever it is, your legacy is meaningless. Do right now. Do what's right for you. Do what's right for the people you love. Do what helps your culture advance and prosper.
Yeah.
You won't be remembered for that, but your culture will evolve over time one way or another. You might as well help it go in the right direction.
Yeah. Like,
So these legacy bros just kind of make me roll my eyes.
well, no,
So
I think
Anneka's got it.
I think it's really important to remember legacy as an important value because that's the thing that makes you make good long-term choices, right? Is when you have an eye to the future, even a future that you may not see. This is a large part of the complaint about boomers these days is that boomers lived in the now without a future, without an eye to the future they were going to leave behind for the rest of us, right? And they're currently getting a lot of heat from those of us who are stuck with the bill, right? Because to them, legacy didn't matter. So I'm breaking with you on this. I agree that it's good to keep it in perspective that you're not going to be a dynastic character.
Right.
Generally,
Well,
most people won't.
And this is what I'm saying. I said, try to influence your culture in the right way. It's not going to be your legacy. Your contribution is tiny, right? But
I do think it's worthwhile to live your life in a way to strive for being remembered 200 years from now. If you never attain it, that's fine. But I think it's important to make choices with an eye to perhaps your great-grandchildren will tell stories about you, right? Like I think it's good to hold that as a value.
sure, that's fair. I mean,
it's aspirational.
then their children won't know. You know what I mean? It feels like chasing a personal legacy is overblown among these guys, whereas doing the right thing to help your culture go in the right direction is important.
I just think, you're never going to strive if you start out automatically saying nothing I do is going to matter. I think it's nihilistic to think that way, and I think it destroys cultures.
Well, I think you're misunderstanding me. I don't think nothing I do matters, but I think it needs to matter in, am I making the world function properly? Am I making everything, safe and productive and good? That is important. I agree, and being aware of consequences of your actions is a good thing. I agree with you. I just think these guys talk about it like for their personal glory and vanity, and I think that's dumb.
Yeah. Well, I guess it depends on how you define the word legacy.
Mm-hmm.
Right? For me, it's I never start out with the can't. Right? I always start out with the
This
can.
is true about Ginger.
Like, this is absolutely if there was one defining quality of where Mike and I are vastly different, it's absolutely this one thing, right? Is that for me, I don't think you do what is necessary to get something done if you start out hedging your bets automatically, right? Like for me, I'm a leap and I just know I'm going to make it kind of person, right? And I don't always. Lots of times I fail and the failures can be withering, but I know, like at least for me personally, if you don't start out saying, I can do that, you're not going to be able to summon the energy and the will to make it happen when stuff starts to get hard, right? It's like our parachute theory when we moved to Costa Rica. Sold everything, left Canada, and like no parachute. And our whole attitude when we did that was, if we set up a parachute, as soon as things get a little bit hard, we're just going to cut and we're going to go back.
Like so many people do.
Like so many people do. But we made a conscious decision that we were not going to allow ourselves that weakness. And so far it's worked out. So far.
No, you're right about that being a difference between you and me.
Yeah.
But I just think if that wasn't true, I guess the concept of personal legacy isn't high on my list of priorities. Do the right thing, be right for the future, set things up, be responsible. Those are where I'm at.
Well, I try to think that, I like to think that I do those things.
Oh, yeah, they're not mutually exclusive.
It's just a mental hack for me that I can't mentally grasp the will that's necessary to bust through some of the challenges that we have if I don't start out with the idea that what I am doing has to matter.
Fair enough.
That's how it is.
Well, this song has prompted all kinds of interesting discussion. That's cool.
Yeah, sadly not a lot of discussion about the actual song other than it prompts you to think,
Well,
which I think is part of the
That's obviously
purpose.
a big core of it, yeah.
It's true.
And it sounded amazing because,
Yeah, it
hey,
did.
she
She's
sounded
such
great.
a great voice. Oh my God, I've missed her.
And I love that haunting minor key thing,
I know you do.
100%.
Yeah, it worked out. And was that another saxophone I heard, or was that a trumpet
You know
that
what?
was like kind of tamped down?
We've been talking so long, I don't remember. I don't remember
I
what
think it might have
you
been
heard.
a trumpet. Anyway, somebody can correct me in the comments. In the meantime, you can just play it again.